It's day 3 of driving the alphabet, and AI gave me, for letter C, the word cloud. So time for me to filibuster, like I'm in Congress, and talk about clouds. So you might think you know where I'm going with this, but you don't, because I don't. None of us know where I'm going with this. Am I going to be talking about clouds in the sky or clouds in the internet? Probably both. So let's start. What do I know about clouds? Well, we've got lots of different types of clouds. We've got I don't remember the names of all the clouds, honestly, but we've got different colors of clouds and different textures of clouds that mean different things, and I honestly don't remember what any of them are, but we can talk a little bit about cloud seeding. So some people think cloud seeding is a conspiracy theory, which is really funny because you can look it up. There's been lawsuits about cloud seeding from states. What I learned in one of my I'm a civil engineer, and I took a class about water. I took a couple different water classes, and we were informed in this class. So, I mean, wouldn't be a bad idea to fact check me, but I was told that Nevada has sued Utah. No, Utah has sued Nevada, and Wyoming has sued Utah, all about cloud seeding, because they go, well, you're cloud seeding, you're stealing the rain from us. Well, you're cloud seeding, you're stealing the rain from us. And then nobody actually wins any of these lawsuits. It's basically just people trying to send messages to each other. But cloud seeding is a real thing. So if you see chemtrails out of the back of planes, my understanding is that is what the cloud seeding is. And if you look up the different chemicals and stuff that they put in cloud seeding, there's no way it's good for us. If I remember right, there's aluminum and other heavy metals in cloud seeding, and so they're trying to change the weather, and they claim they're doing it for our good, and I'm sure there are people involved that really do think it is for our good, but I don't think there's any way that it is actually good for us. Because if the other states are cloud seeding and we're cloud seeding, I really don't think we're getting any extra water from it, because that other water is being stolen ahead of time. Like, I think if we just left it alone, we wouldn't have all those heavy metals in the air, and it would be less effort and the same amount of rain, in my opinion. So I don't love the thought of cloud seeding, but it's happening, so it is what it is. I don't know if any of us have any power to stop it. So if you know how to stop cloud seeding in your area, let me know, because I don't love all the heavy metals in the air from that. Clouds, I think, are really cool. Cloud photography is pretty cool. Cloud photography at night with the stars, I think it's awesome. And I also have a hard time figuring out how people don't have the clouds totally whitewashed when they get enough light to get the stars to appear good. So if you know how to do that, you should comment, because I think that would be really cool to learn. More things about clouds. Let's change the internet cloud. So if you have spent zero time researching tech or clouds, when something is stored in the cloud, you think it's stored online. Nothing can just be stored in thin air, just so you know. So things stored on the cloud, there is something somewhere, whether it's like a big warehouse in California with a whole bunch of memory storage, or somewhere else, there's a bunch of physical memory storage somewhere, and you access it through the internet. It's not actually stored on the internet. That's not how the internet works. If someone has a better explanation than that they want to put in the comments, feel free, but yeah, you can't just store something in thin air. That's not how it works. The amount of cloud providers keeps growing, which I find really interesting, and the cost of cloud storage keeps declining, because electronic storage can fit more and more in smaller and smaller spaces. So, and they're becoming cheaper and cheaper to make, because, well, maybe not so much in the last year or two with all the with this economy, but in general, the general trend is it costs less and less to make, because you need less and less material to go into it, because they're getting more and more efficient. So, I mean, if you look at a really old computer from like 40 years ago, 50 years ago, you had huge computers for not a ton of processing power or storage, and now you've got phones. So you've got lots of processing power and storage on something super small. So that's why cloud storage is getting cheaper, in my understanding. And so that's pretty cool. Trying to think if I have many other things to share about clouds. Not really. Well, here we go. The cloud cycle, if that's what they call it, is you have water, whether it's in a lake or an ocean or a stream, or whether it rains and it comes back up. The water from heat evaporates. The evaporated water goes into the sky. It's colder higher in the sky, and then it condenses. So the condensation makes the clouds. And then when there is enough water and it's condensed enough, then the particles sticking together become too big and too heavy to stay in the sky, and then it rains down as rain. I mean, surprise, rain is rain. Anyways, so yeah, cloud is the middle of that cycle, and it repeats, rinse and repeat. So yeah, clouds look really weird before a tornado, and clouds look really weird before lots of other different anomalies. So that's cool. I honestly can't tell you if there's a difference between, although there would have to be, clouds that make sleet versus hail versus snow. So that'd be something to look into. Things you don't know until you start trying to filibuster and really think about what you know about a subject. Yeah, it's about all I know about clouds. So this is the end of my filibuster. As I always say, I don't have time to fact check myself while I am driving, so fact check it yourself. But this is the end of C is for clouds.